Добре, ако приемем, че това е кмета...
Така, само Радо, аз ще кажа някои неща. Радо?
Да.
Така, ще кажа някои неща, за да обясня. Тръгваме от основната точка кмета. Това е управляващия на общината.
So for a municipality, you always start with the mayor when you start investigating.
И почваме да виждаме как са навързани всички около него.
And then we start seeing all the connections to the mayor.
И как не можеш да заемеш висок пост или да правиш бизнес, ако кмета не разреши.
And how you cannot get a higher ranking job in any of the institutions in a municipality unless the mayor allows you.
Но това е на по-високо ниво.
And this is a same model on a higher level in the country as well.
Аз ще дам пример. Моят бизнес първо беше атакуван от международна фундация.
For an example, his business was first attacked by an international foundation,
наречена Америка за България.
which is named America for Bulgaria. That was the foundation that...
Има и Америка за Италия.
There might be foundations America for Italy, there might be foundations America for Austria, there might be such NGOs which finance media organizations that do such attacks. Since they work the same way when they want to attack someone. One of the media that they work with is Deutsche Welle. Free Europe as well. These are international medias that they work with, European media. Yeah, but all these media are under the control of that foundation. And they also create local medias after, you know, they have this financing from the NGOs. And when somebody pops up that wants to try and change the status quo, they find that person that pops up, they locate him, and they immediately eliminate that person. Как го премахват?
Премахват го, като му нарушават обществения имидж.
By destroying his social image in front of people.
Понеже парите са в тях.
Because they have the money, right?
В България тази фундация е дала $410 милиона за 4 години, за да формира обществения наглас.
So this foundation has given $410 million thus far to form people's opinion on what's happening in Bulgaria and destroying all the cultural sites and everything. And since our government knows that this foundation, which is called America for Bulgaria,
фундацията натиска правителството да даде още 2 милиарда в нейната посока.
Then America for Bulgaria Foundation pressures the government to give another $2 billion to complete the task of destroying such individuals that pop up and try to resist.
Само 700 милиона са за трите официални медии. Които държавата плаща и контролира.
Кои официални медии? Нова BTV.
BTV, БНТ и Нова.
Yeah, so the three national medias, which are BTV, Nova, and BNT, so far 700 plus million paid from the government to do. But they serve the foundation. These are the national media, the three big national medias. They get funded and they serve what? So this model works on a bigger scale in all the countries as well. Now we're going to explain how this municipality works and what the connections are in the municipality of Vърбица, not very far from here. Милена, давай.
Това е сравнително малка община, в която основното място, където можеш да намериш работа е общинска администрация, общината, училище и горско стопанство.
So this is a small municipality where the only place you can actually find employment is in the administration of the actual municipality, in the school, in the kindergartens, or in the forest administration.
В международен план влиянието на държавата може да се види, примерно в щатите има миграция в отделни щати, в зависимост от политиката на щата.
So to give you an international plan of things, there's migration even within the United States where people move from one state to another due to local politics and what they do.
Сега показваме как работи тази схема, която е взета на 100% от Западна Европа и от САЩ.
Now we're showing you this system of repression that is taken 100% as a model from the United States and from Europe.
Като тази система е изгонила 50% от населението да мигрира от общината.
And this system, we have to tell you, has resulted in 50% of the population of this. So this is municipality of Vrbica. So it's Vrbica. Due to this system, 50% of the population has fled. They're gone.
Същото се получава в Европа.
The same thing is happening in Europe in certain locations.
С замяна на населението.
When they replace the population with immigrants,
Гонят се неудобни.
yeah, they push away everyone that's inconvenient in those places.
И на тяхно място се вкарват хора без мнение.
Yeah, and in their place, they install people that don't have their own opinion.
Тези хора не са лоши.
Those people are not bad people.
Те са принудени.
Yeah, they're forced to do it. They're forced to move there.
Но те създават нови социални порядки.
Yeah, but what those immigrants do is they create new social rules,
които още повече обезлюдяват.
which result in even more depopulation of areas.
И се заменя отново население.
And they replace the population that way.
И така хората вече са разкъсани.
And that way they tear people apart. They tear communities apart, whole villages, towns, everything apart.
Или държавата не работи за обществото.
Or the government is not working for society to be better.
А работи за това да го раздели.
Instead, they're working in a systematic way how to divide and remove specific people.
Тази система
This system
е довела община Върбица до пълно подчинение и изгонване на всички неудобни.
This system has made so that the municipality of Vrbica is under full control and has kicked out everyone that is inconvenient.
Това го виждаме примерно в Австрия.
We can see that in Austria sometimes.
В Виена
In Vienna,
населението е заменено.
the population of Vienna has been replaced in a big amount. True? True. So now, to make a translation, this is the mayor over here. This is the mayor. This is the school system. This is the forestry.
Значи кажи, че горското е един от основните двигатели поминъци.
Yeah, forestry is the main income for people there. This is where people earn money through forestry in that specific location. And this is the municipal council.
Направи още една графа, Миренче, на частен бизнес. Защото е също е важно.
Да.
Дори къде частния бизнес е причинен.
Да.
So we have municipality, which is called private entrepreneurship or private business, which is also under complete control.
И кой ще е назначен в частния бизнес също зависи от мен.
And whoever is employed in the private business is also up to the mayor. He's like the feudal.
Дори кой ще пазарува от магазините зависи от мен.
He dictates who's going to even buy from these stores, from all these businesses.
За да го разберете в по-голям мащаб, какво се случи с шофьорите в Канада, които стачкуваха?
For example, what happened to the Freedom Convoy in Canada with the trucks?
Stop the money.
They stopped the money immediately.
Control system.
Yeah, they threatened them and then they stopped the money.
И още едно нещо, направи медии.
Media. This is the media.
Да. Закрити.
Как закрити?
Нямаш.
Закрити ли? Че ги няма.
Да.
Задраскай ги.
Или ги няма медиите, или на 100% са подчинени.
Само него, да.
Yeah, so in different municipalities, you either have deliberately no media for the municipality existing,
Няма кой да отразява.
and that way you have nobody to show or expose or show anything. So there's like no coverage there.
И действителността става такава, каквато я казват медии.
And then the reality becomes whatever the bigger media says about this place.
Понеже не го съобщават националните медии.
Since they don't say it on the radio, they don't say what's going on in the national media. Since this system is part of the ruling class,
Всичко става на тъмно.
everything is in the dark sector. You don't know what's happened there. There's no evidence, nothing. It's like North Korea, practically. You don't know what's going on.
Северна Корея е по-демократична.
North Korea is actually more democratic than this.
Между другото, понеже повечето хора от тях не са живяли в социалистическия строй.
Since most of you guys have not lived in the socialist era, which is before 1990,
Значи в социалистическия строй всички хора знаеха, че не трябва да вярват на медиите на власт.
so in the socialist time, everybody knew not to believe the socialist media.
Там имаш явен враг.
You see who the enemy is, and you know who not to trust.
Така наречената демокрация.
In the so-called democracy,
Ти мислиш, че има демокрация.
you think there's democracy,
И сега кажеш няма как.
and you're always thinking like, it's impossible, there must be democracy. That's what's in your head.
Но всъщност всичко е ограничено и то не стига до теб.
But absolutely everything is limited, and you don't have the right information to come to you.
В единия случай си поробен и ти имаш съпротива.
So in one case, you're enslaved, and you have the resistance.
Затова казваме, че в Северна Корея е по-свободна.
That's why we say that in North Korea it's even more free than it is here.
А във втория случай не знаеш, че си поробен.
While in the second case, you don't know that you're enslaved,
И не знаеш къде ти идва.
and you don't know who the actual enemy is.
И си казваш, всичко е наред.
You say, hey, everything's good, it's supposed to be this way, and then people start turning into themselves.
Физическите проблеми в така наречени демократични държави са в пъти по-големи, отколкото в диктатури.
At that moment, people start blaming themselves, saying there's something wrong with me, and that's when the rise of psychological problems with people starts increasing in the so-called democratic. People start getting confused and they don't know what's going on. They keep on blaming themselves, thinking that there's something wrong with them. Да, разкажи.
Да започна с училището,
Да.
понеже като директор на училището във Върбица се сблъсках с кмета в общината, като училището беше последната институция, която не можеше той да владее и контролира.
As a director of the school, before she had interaction with the mayor, the school was the last autonomous institution in the whole municipality that could make decisions of its own.
Близо една година бях директор на училището, получавах предупреждения и заплахи. Той ме караше да уволнявам, назначавам хора. Аз не се съгласявах и бях предупредена, че ще бъда освободена от този пост.
So for 1 year she was a director and she got threats and orders from the mayor who to employ, who to fire, and she said no, I decide, I'm the director. So she kept on getting death threats and threats of being taken away from school, fired completely, and she was resisting it.
Така се и случи, освободиха ме като директор, дори и като учител.
And at that moment she actually was fired as a director and they fired her as a teacher as well, so she wasn't even allowed to be a teacher in her own
За
school.
което водим дела.
For which she's currently suing the mayor right now, currently.
Но те могат да ги платят, защото са държавни пари.
И към момента има назначен вече послушен човек.
And currently they replace her with someone that completely does whatever they say. Obeys. Yeah.
И вече не стана ясно, че и училището е подчинено на
And now this last institution is fully under control of the mayor now.
Общината няма проблеми да плаща глобите.
Yeah, the actual municipality doesn't care how much the fines will be from the lawsuits when they lose.
Безброй дела има заведени към кмета.
Endless lawsuits against the mayor, endless, from his family, from business people, from ordinary people, from teachers, endless lawsuits against the mayor.
И от много служители, които той е уволнил в общината.
And a lot of employees that are in the municipality administration also sue him, and he's still
им изплаща обезщетения.
And he has endless amounts of money being given from the system above, and he's just paying off all the fees and everything else for all the lawsuits that he's losing.
Така. Общинския съвет, общината, кмета няма как да вземе еднолично решение, той ги взима на база общински съвет.
So the municipal council is the one that actually allows for the mayor to make specific decisions. So he doesn't take them completely on his own, he works with the municipal council.
90% от общинските съветници са от неговата политическа сила.
So 90% of the members of 99% of the council members are people that are directly subordinated to him on an unofficial level.
И естествено гласуват това, което...
And of course they vote when they have to vote whatever he says. So he's practically controlling them.
Председателя на общинския съвет
The chairman of the municipal council.
Е и заместник директор в горското стопанство.
Yeah, so the chair of
две длъжности.
So the chair of the municipal council is actually the director of the forestry deputy director, which is he has two roles. He He's a chairman of the municipal council, and at the same time, he's in the forestry department,
Което е нарушение.
which is it's illegal.
Както и един от общинските съветници.
Yeah, it's first of all, it makes this guy, the chairman, he becomes dependent in this case, and it's illegal.
Както и един от общинските съветници, общински съветник, и още веднъж има, горското стопанство има 3 заместник директори.
So the forestry unit has 3 deputies, and they're all members of the municipal council.
Значи той има още един заместник директор.
So he has another deputy here. So the mayor has the chairman of the municipal council and 2 guys in this independent forestry unit. So that way, this guy, the mayor, controls the municipal council and he controls the forestry department for all the forests. А кой е директор на горското?
Не от Върбица.
Yeah, but the director of the forestry is not from the area, but the deputies are the ones that are pulling the strings.
Горските стопанства така ги разместват от различни места, са не от общината или от областта.
Да.
Като имаме на предвид, че едни от големите бизнеси, негови фирми на кмета, Transforest 74.
Yeah, so the private business in the area,
частният бизнес, който основно търгува с горското.
Yeah, which is mostly trading with the forest department, is owned by the wife. It's owned by the wife and the brother of the mayor.
Или ако искаш да правиш бизнес с горското, въобще да вземеш дърва, ти трябва да минеш през кмета.
So if you ever want to buy wood or lumber, you have to ask the mayor.
Така, ако дървата, които се кът, струват 100 лева на кубик.
Let's say, for example, you get lumber that costs €100 per cubical meter for lumber.
Те ги задържат 3 месеца.
They keep the lumber that they've cut down for 3 months.
И ги продават на 20 евро на фирмата на брата и на жената.
To make it look like the wood got old, they wait for 3 months and they sell it for €20 per cubic meter to the company of his wife.
Така се ощетява общината.
So that way the municipality's budget loses money, but the private business gets resources that's of the municipality for a cheaper amount for €20 per cubic meter, and then they resell it and make enormous profits.
Или по-скоро горското обявява едни големи, защото те са поръчки с... Добре, с обществено. Добре.
Така, кажи сега за другите обществените поръчки.
Ето. This is the public contract. This is the public contracts.
Значи обществените поръчки, само това да кажем разлика.
Искам да обвържа още нещо с горско.
Обществените поръчки дават много пари.
So the public contracts give a lot of money. So they prepare a lot of money.
Когато общинския кмет е към мафията.
When the mayor is connected to the ruling mafia,
държавата отпуска държавни пари само към общините на мафията.
The government that's currently controlled by the mafia only release budget money for this municipality because they own the mayor.
И има винаги фирми подизпълнители на обществените поръчки.
And all of a sudden in those specific municipalities you always have subcontractors that have to do the specific public contract deals, whether it's for roads, infrastructure, or whatever, and all of these subcontracting companies are connected. And in the whole region where you have to make roads, pavement, they made one company that creates the asphalts for the pavement. Just one company.
Община Върбица.
За Шумен дава.
Да, има и на други места.
Така. Това пак е тяхна фирма.
So there's only one company that creates the actual resource and material to make the roads. So the only way you can purchase for roads is through them. There's no competition. There's no second or third or fourth company to apply for those public contracts. So the only way someone can win a public contract is if they're going to steal the money from that contract. That's the only time they give it. And once they steal that money once, together with them, no matter what kind of business you have, once they steal that money, they tell them, we know that you stole the money, and he becomes dependent. If you ever raise your voice against us, if you ever tell anyone about us, we'll show that you stole the public resources, and you're going to jail immediately.
с тях.
And this private business owner who decided to take this public contract becomes dependent and part of their system.
Всички хора, които той назначава на работа,
Everybody that's employed by this private business
нямат право една лоша дума да кажат за кмета.
don't have the right. So if you're an employee in these private businesses,
Дори да говорят с такива, които казват.
you're not allowed to say one word against the mayor if you're employed in these businesses.
Примерно, Милена е опозиция.
For example, Milena was in the school and she's opposition to the mayor.
Никой не говори с нея.
Nobody talks to her from the whole
Тя
town.
не може да се намери работа.
She can't find a job anymore there.
Значи тя трябва да напусне.
So she has to leave.
И вътре остават само тези,
And in this municipality, the only ones that get left
които слушат безработни.
are the ones that are just following like slaves. They're absolute slaves.
This is not free human, this is slave.
This is a slavery.
Slave.
Yeah, modern economic slavery.
Да, ами те са всякакви, защото кажи и ги бият.
Yeah, and they even beat them up if they decide to say no.
Могат да ги изнасилят.
Yeah, they can rape the women that decide to wait. Like,
Няма звук.
yeah, there's no noise. Nobody. It never happened. There's no media.
В България има престъпления,
There's a lot of crimes in Bulgaria
които не съществуват,
that don't exist
защото полицията не ги отбелязва.
because the police never registers them.
Само ще дам един пример.
Ние получаваме такива заплахи.
Да, ще дам един пример.
Example.
Вчера бях в една друга община,
He went to another municipality yesterday. That's why he was away.
при която на един животновъд
Where you had a farmer, a cattle owner.
му разрушават оградата на животновъдния обект.
They're destroying the fence around his farm,
И му вземат коритата за хранене на животно.
and they take the bins in which the animals eat. So they're taking the bins where they're eating. They're stealing them.
Той вижда, че те са в обекта на крадците.
He sees the cameras on the cameras how they're inside and they're stealing.
Вика свидетели и полиция и ги описват.
He calls the cops. He calls witnesses, and they start documenting everything.
След половин час там няма нищо.
In 30 minutes, everything is already stolen.
Подава се, има подаден сигнал към прокуратурата.
There's a signal that was sent to the prosecutor's office.
Но прокуратурата работи с мафия.
But since the prosecutor's office works with the mafia,
И казва няма престъпление.
and they say there's no crime.
Загубихме доказателства.
But we all of a sudden lost all the evidence.
Къде са тези?
Where are the thieves? We can't find the thieves. All of a sudden they act a fool.
Доказателства, така свидетелите са недостоверни. И отказват, и това не е престъпление. То не се е случило.
And all of a sudden there's no way that there could be a crime. It never existed. We don't have the witnesses. We
На
lost.
същия този животновъд
This same farmer,
му вкарват кравите, му унищожат пшеницата.
so since he has a lot of crops, they all of a sudden take cows out of nowhere and they throw the cows within the crop so that the cows can stomp and eat up all the crops.
Унищожават пшеница за 50,000 евро.
Yeah, they destroy crops, wheat for about. Чакай да наваксам. They destroy wheat. They destroy wheat for about 50,000 euro worth of wheat.
Ние го заснемаме с дрон.
We film that with the drone.
Отиваме и говорим с тези, които вършат престъпления.
Yeah, we go and we talk with the criminals on the spot.
Говорим с тях, докато дойде полиция.
We talk with them until the police comes.
Описват всичко това.
Yeah, we describe everything. We write it down.
Ние го казваме от трибуната на Народното събрание.
He goes out in front of the National Assembly. He says the whole story in front of the whole country.
И пак отказват да заведат.
And they still don't file for trial.
И казват няма престъпление.
And they say there's no crime.
И ако ние пуснем сигнал към международни институции,
Now, when we do international signals for abroad,
нашите управляващи казват, те са пирамида.
yeah, the ones that are in power, what they say is that the ones that gave you that signal are a pyramid scheme. They're fraudsters.
Виж какво пише в Свободна Европа и в Deutsche Welle.
Look what they wrote in Deutsche Welle and Free Europe. Like, don't trust them.
И те казват, край.
And then the international institutions say, okay, we believe you, we won't
И ти
activate.
не можеш да се оплачеш на никой.
And you can't say to any big brother or any big institution,
Същия този животновъд.
малко само забави. And we can't ever say anything towards international institutions because they remove it. They say that it's not a legal or a valid signal.
Така, същия този животновъд. Кажи.
The same farmer,
Не има двама охранители.
he actually hires 2 security guards to protect him.
Да му пазят житото, да не вкарват крави.
To protect the wheat so they don't keep on bringing cows inside and destroying it.
Тези отиват с 6 коли.
6 cars come and approach the 2 bodyguards.
Вземат електрошок, който се използва за кланница на крави, къде когато докоснат кравата и тя припада.
Yeah. So what they did is that from one of the cars, the guy jumped out with an electroshock that takes down cows and bulls in just one hit, and he electrocuted one of the guards 3 minutes.
3 минути
3 minutes
той
of-
блокира на лявата страна.
His left side of the body is blocked, paralyzed now.
И с времето се оправя, но пак има проблем.
It recovers slowly, but it's a big problem.
Да. И аз отивам и говоря с този.
He goes and he talks to the guy that was electrocuted.
Отиваме, подаваме сигнал.
We go together to put the signal in the police station.
И те отиват и му казват, ще убием и тебе и жена ти, ако не оттегли сигнал.
And then after that, they call him and they say, "We'll kill you and your wife if you don't take away that signal from
И
the
въпреки,
cops."
че ние видеодоказателства, всичко те оттегля сигнал.
And even though we have video, we have all the evidence, he goes and he takes away the complaints and he removes it.
На същия той земеделец
To the same farmer that we're explaining right now,
му запалват техника за 2,5 милиона евро.
yeah, they they light on fire agricultural machines that are worth 5 million euro.
Същите хора
The same people.
има ДНК,
There's DNA proof.
има отпечатъци
There's fingerprints
и нищо.
and nothing.
На същия той земеделец
To the same farmer,
му унищожават поливните системи
they destroy his irrigation systems, all the water.
за милиони лева.
Million euro.
Същите тези хора
These same guys
с доказателства
with the proof,
и нищо.
nothing.
Добре, това свободни хора ли?
Are these free people, in your opinion?
Те имат ли някакви права?
Do they have any rights?
Ние държава членка на Европейския съюз.
Are we a member state of the European Union?
Нас приемат ли в еврозоната, защото изпълняваме всички изисквания?
Did they just announce that Bulgaria is going to join the Eurozone because we have all the necessary
Това е
compliance?
Европейския съюз.
Is this the actual European Union?
Ние сме пратили тази информация в Европа.
We sent all this information to the European
Ние
institutions.
сме пратили тази информация в Щатите.
We sent it to the United States on the desk of...
И накрая знаете ли какво стана?
You know what happened at the end?
Накрая направиха Държавния департамент доклад.
At the end, they made a 2024 State Department report, official report in the United States State Department report for the human rights for 2024, claiming
Който каза, че в България няма свобода на словото.
claiming that in Bulgaria there's no freedom of speech,
И основна причина съм аз.
and he's the main reason that there's no freedom of speech in Bulgaria. They issued it 2 weeks ago, it came out.
Congratulations.
Поздравления!
Това е парламентарна партия.
A parliamentary party that's in the National Assembly,
Държава членка на Европейския съюз.
in a member state of the European Union.
Никога не са проверили.
They've never checked.
И никога не са пратили някой да види на място.
They never sent anyone from the State Department to check if this is valid
Никога не са
information.
ни искали доказателства.
They never called, they never asked for evidence.
Ние пращаме доказателства с 12 000 сметища, с снимки,
Yeah,
описание всичко, сигнали, документи.
we sent them proof for 12,000 illegal dump sites all over the country with signals, videos, YouTube channels full of videos. Nothing.
Вие видяхте сметището, видяхте?
Почти не сме ходили.
Да.
You'll see the dumps tomorrow. Yeah.
Да. И ето, това е...
And this is the system. This is how they do it.
Да. Също, нали, тук в частния бизнес,
Mhm. In the private business sector,
ако някой се опълчи на кмета,
if anyone decides to rebel against the mayor,
не му дават разрешително.
they don't give him any type of permits.
Или му изпращат проверки, ако е действащ.
Или му пращат проверки всеки ден.
Or they send him from external, like IRS, they send him any kind of agencies to check him and to stall his business, block the accounts, if anyone rebels against them.
Ако искат, може да ги заведем при един хотелиер.
We can take you to a hotel owner here on the Black Sea coast.
При който му затварят паркинги, ресторанти.
They literally like blocked out his parking lots, his restaurants,
Без причина.
with no reason at all.
Слагат неоснователна причина,
They made some sort of a claim why he needs to close it,
но сезонът е провален.
but they completely ruined his season.
И той генерира 20 милиона загуба.
And he generates 20 millions of damages for one summer.
Никой няма да му ги плати.
Nobody's going to pay those damages,
А той трябва да плати заплата.
but he has to pay the salaries to people.
Трябва да плати абсолютно всичко като подготовка.
He has to pay everything that was for preparation of the season.
Това го правят на частния бизнес.
And they do this to the private sector in Bulgaria.
Идва НАП
The IRS of Bulgaria comes
и почва да ти прави ревизия.
and starts making a revision, going into your documents, auditing
Когато
everything.
почва да ти прави ревизия, ти слага 500 хиляди евро акт.
But when they do a revision, as they call it, what they do in the beginning of the checking, they put initial 500,000 euro block of your account on minus, so that you could be blocked and not be able to do any transactions through your bank account. If the revision continues for 2 years, usually what they do, and even if you do have 500,000 euro of revenue per year, they bankrupt your business that way. So they, yeah, his businesses have been blocked this way on everything. And when he, for example, if he generates 500,000 euro and covers that amount through his business activity, they create a new false claim, and then they hit him again with another 5,000 euro, 500,000. And that's non-stop until they you give up completely. Is this, in your opinion, market economy? Mads, is this a market?
It's a mafia.
It's a mafia, right? Yeah, but the mafia claims that they're pro-European. They claim that they're liberals. Yeah, they support the war in Ukraine. They just agreed to get another loan in the name of the country so that they can buy weapons for the war. Yeah, they absolutely agree with the government to catch a person and inject 20 vaccines into them. They don't care, the ones that are in power. Yeah, they're crushing people all over the place anyway. And they're the ones that are actually convenient for the European Union. They use them that way. Europe sends a lot of European funds towards Bulgaria this way. Since 2021, the plan for recovery and sustainability, which is the massive fund after COVID, this is the fund that is supposed to recover after COVID for all the countries that were locked down. All of the money went into subcontracting companies that are owned by the people that are in power right now. All the money went there. The ordinary people didn't take 1 cent, zero. Or the European Union is feeding the mafia with all of the money. And what do they do with that money? Yeah, they switched the government-based energy plants with private plants, which is wind turbines, with solar panels. Yeah, and then they told people, if you're not obedient, we're going to stop your electricity as well. And they're going to do the same thing where you guys are from, right? Yeah. That's it. That's it. So we have a large nuclear plant that, and it always must be government owned. That's the rule. Yeah, but the people in power don't want anything to be owned by the government. They only want private stuff. So the Green Deal doesn't really require professionals to create those farms and wind turbines. It's really simple to build those things. Yeah, we got the windmills from the medieval ages, so it's not that hard. Yeah, but science is within the atom. Wind turbines is in the past. So now they're using wind turbines to depopulate massive amounts of areas around the country. And they destroy the ecology, they move birds around, they destroy the northern part of Germany, for example, has dried up because of wind turbines and there's no moisture in the air. What's the green in that deal? That's not green deal. Yeah, that's private deal, with which through that they need to get even more money from us. Connections time.
Аз исках тук само да вметнем и за най-уязвимите групи, тези, които как ги държи, да. Една част. Уязвими групи, може би, или... Има социално слаби или как? Уязвима група.
Значи кажи социални групи.
Okay, we have another structure within society, which is the social groups. That's people that are disabled.
Които не работят в тия институции или
Отстъпи
нямат
малко само да
частен
снима.
бизнес.
Да. So the social groups are those that are that don't have a private business. They're retirees. They're disabled people. That type of people.
Ги държи чрез незаконно строителство.
So and also minorities, right? Gypsies and other minorities. So the way that they have kept these social groups under complete control is by allowing them to build illegal homes there. So they're staying in illegal homes that don't have permits. He deliberately does not give them permits and tells them you either vote for me or we tear down your house. Yeah, we can take you to Verbiца at any point, anytime. We can show you 10 houses that are currently in construction with no permits at all. We go to the municipality and we ask the mayor, why is there no permits for these houses? Why are you building them? They won't answer at all.
Няма и да ни пуснат
They won't
Да
even,
го пуснем в националните медии към, примерно, да ги пуснем РБ, така.
yeah, we can ask the Ministry of Regional Development.
И към полицията.
We can ask the cops as well, like in the police department, why are they building?
Службите за корупция, КОМПИ, примерно.
We can do the anti-corruption institutions, we can ask them as well, like why are they building these homes illegally?
И те пак няма направят.
And what they do is they stay silent.
И тези хора продължават да строят.
And these guys keep on constructing all over the place.
И след като построят.
And after they complete the building and they finish it,
Ако те не гласуват за него.
if they don't vote for this mayor,
Или кажат нещо срещу.
or if they say one word against the mayor,
Вкарва багерите и събарят.
they put all the machinery and they tear it all down completely.
Или за да им съборят къщата.
So that they don't tear down the house, these guys turn into election slaves.
Принуден.
Yeah, the word is election slaves. That's what they've created these minority groups here.
И още една група хора, възрастни в неравностойно положение, които се хранят по програма Топъл обяд, която е с европейски средства.
Now, we have a European funds program which funds municipalities to buy food, warm food for the socially and financially poor people, and they bring food to their home, like old grandmas, grandpas, and the company. No, it's a municipality structure that has to bring food to them. So what they say is, if you don't vote for us, you won't see any food.
И точно те са голяма част.
And that's by using European money to create the food. Yeah, so these European funds that go into that company, which is part of the municipality, they create that dependency for these people.
И тази група е голямата част, които гласуват в подвижните комисии, за което ние...
Now here's the big thing. How does the mafia win the elections? We have the so-called mobile polling stations. This is for the people that want to vote but they're disabled. They come to your house, they give you the ballot, you have to put it in. So the disabled people around the whole country, the only way they can vote is if somebody comes with a car, with the ballot box, and allows for you to do it. So this is the biggest place where they actually... Yeah. So from the whole population of this municipality, from 4,200 people population, 3,900 people voted for the mayor. For the mayor, for a specific person who is actually his mistress.
Която е в акционерното дружество на горското стопанство.
Yeah, so they vote for the mayor's person. So that's the person for who they have to she's part of the joint stock company. She's a stockholder in the forestry, and now she's a member of parliament as well.
Така, 250
Какво?
са за втората мафиотска партия ГЕРБ.
Now for the second mafia party, which this is for DPS, this is the big mafia party. For the second one, which is called GERB, that's Ursula's little baby over here. You have little 250 votes for them. And for the rest, you have only 50 votes for the rest of the people. So that's how you secure elections, through complete control over the system of everything. Do you think we have a freedom of elections here? Pretty much no.
Това нещо сега ще го направим за всички общини.
Now we're going to uncover this for every single municipality in the whole country, because we have 260. We'll make it for the whole country as well.
с имена, фирми.
With names, companies, connections, everything. We're going to fully expose everything.
И по този начин разрушаваме симулацията.
And this is the way to destroy the simulation once and for all that is being put in front of people.
В община Върбица.
In the municipality of Verbica,
кмета се казва Мердин Байрам.
so the name of the mayor is Merdin Bayram. So obviously Turkish name. Bayram. That's the mayor's name. Since he's used to nobody talking to him because no media ever went to that place, so nobody talks about him usually in the past. And since we officially speak about him every day, all day long, on all the media channels that we have, yeah, all the population that is currently under complete enslavement are ecstatic every single day. They're happy because somebody's helping them outside talking. Yeah, they can't stand this guy. But there's nothing they can do currently because they're still slaves. And they see us as liberators right now. So there's 20% of the population who actually get money and get paid by the mayor in some way or form. Yeah. So this 20% of the population are the ones that are in the actual structures controlling the system, so they get 20% of the money, 20% of the population is installed in these places. So he does have people that are fans of his, because if he goes down, they won't be getting that money that they're receiving. Yeah, so they like him not because he's a good mayor or that he's very democratic. Yeah, but the only reason they're with him is because they're in the so-called team of the people that steal, the stealing team. But where's the European Union in this picture?